In Maryland, a small church cemetery hidden to history by years of neglect has been revealed. It's a major project by volunteers, parishioners, and the descendants of those buried there. CBS's Scott MacFarlane has the story.
Behind the Sacred Heart Chapel in Bowie, Maryland, a long-forgotten cemetery. In the 1700s, the Jesuits founded a church here and a plantation that kept people enslaved, including Kevin Porter's ancestors.
This is where they lived. This is where they came to commune after laboring all day.
As the Catholic Church acknowledges this horror of its past, its archdiocese in Washington recently brought in an anthropologist to map and document possible grave sites in an overgrown area next to an existing cemetery. As volunteers, including church members and some 7th and 8th generation descendants, swept, raked, and blew away years of debris, they saw centuries-old stones, grave markers, and indications of burials.
Is it possible dozens of people were buried here?
It's likely that hundreds of people are buried here.
They marked suspected sites with small flags.
With this clearing process complete, the church will spend months now grappling with how to properly mark and preserve what's really a tragic piece of the church's history.
The church says a committee of descendants, experts, and church leaders will eventually determine how to mark and honor the cemetery.
It's part of the history, and it has been talked about, but needs to be talked about more.
Other organizations and governments are seeking to do the same. One of them, the state of Maryland, has considered legislation ordering a formal review of burial places through the state to determine where money is needed to find and preserve burial grounds of historic significance to the enslaved African American experience. Kevin Porter hopes to see a memorial on the site one day.
It's important that we uncover them, honor them. This site is important to our family. It's important to American history, and I think we need memorials telling those stories.
He hopes there is learning and reflection in the future from this piece of history. Scott MacFarlane, CBS News, Bowie, Maryland.